Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Getting some of these junkyard parts out of Panther. I left this sitting in here too long. It was bouncing around in the car for the last few days, leaning on that seat. Almost rubbed a hole in the dang seat. So I gotta paint that. So I'm getting this exhaust out of here. See, some people don't think, man. I go get parts for people. I'm doing damage to my own stuff, doing all this junk in here. Anyway, I got a few of the parts out. Somebody told me they wanted this light. I bought it. Now they're not responding to messages. These things are $335 a pop. New. This one looks like brand new. Then I didn't take my other stuff out. Opened up my back end over at Andrew's yesterday. My light slid out. Cracked the bottom of my light. So this is garbage. If somebody's got a busted light they need, they could have this one for cost of shipping. I paid 22 bucks for that. That's now busted. I'm not going to put on my car. And for some reason, these are loose. The screws are tight, but the assemblies are coming apart. Some kind of glue or something. Anyway, I might open that up and epoxy it, see how that lasts. Both of them. Well, this one's not as bad as that one, but I think this one's got some kind of crack in the lens somewhere. I see a crack there. And some kind of crack or scratch there. So I was going to replace both of them. Anyway, let me get this out of here so we can go to the BMV. Didn't get Panther service, the AC. It's not working now. We're checking to see if the AC machine is busted. Anyway, we got a car up here checking it out. And we can see the nitrogen in the tire. That's what that looks like. Some people call these a May pop, and when you start seeing the steel, they turn into a wheel pop. So I am now at Monroe Auto Service Center trying to get this AC service just to make sure it's got the proper amount of refrigerant in there before I go digging into something else. I have no idea why, but it's going up on a rack now, and it's coming back down. Tried to tell them it didn't have a high pressure port, but they didn't want to believe me. The AC was working 95%. The past week, it actually cut off a time or two and took about a minute to 2 minutes to cut back on, which is not that comfortable for me, especially when it's 85, 90 degrees outside. Now, I'm trying to go to Oklahoma to pick up Queen Bee. Oklahoma this week's supposed to be 100, 110 heat index. I ain't trying to be nowhere where the AC not working right, might kick off, not cut back on. So I went to Nordic, tried to get it serviced. They drew it down, the machine started acting funny. Didn't come back up right. He thinks something may be wrong with his machine, he don't know. So now I'm over here at Monroe Auto Service Center. Told these guys that there's no high pressure port, it's just a low pressure port. They need to draw it down from the low pressure port and service it back up through that port, but they don't believe me. Now they're going up and down on the rack looking for a high pressure port. Trying to tell them, they set the alarm off, couldn't get the car started, couldn't get the hood open. Now they don't believe me about that. So hopefully this will work out okay, we'll see. And there's a chance that when they drew it down, a switch got stuck or something, but it don't seem to be getting power to the low pressure switch or the compressor. So for some reason, something else might have broke. But the best thing to do if your AC is not working is to make sure you got the right amount of refrigerant in there, which is 1.66 pounds on this car, 0.75 kilograms. Man, I'm gonna go get something to eat. This is too painful to watch. Now it looks like the guy's trying to Google, find a way to service that thing, because they don't want to listen to me. I told them how to service it, but they don't want to listen. So let me go see if I can find something to eat. Come back here 10-15 minutes. Maybe they'll be done jacking around. Had this thing serviced or not, and I can move on going down the road to somebody that like to listen. Had a lunch about a block or two away. Little place over there. It goes back to this Monroe Auto Service Center. If they're not done, I'm gonna be done. I ain't got all day for them to be learning how to push some Freon through a no pressure port. $1.55 later, no AC. I had AC before I started jacking around with it. Now I have none. AC compressor's not kicking on. So something went kaput when we drew down the AC system. I don't know what, but I tell people all the time, you got an old car, something could break every day. So I'm gonna swap the head unit, see if that works. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna swap a relay and go from there. But the AC compressor does run. I could jump the AC compressor, get it to kick on, and it'll run. So it's not the compressor, it's something else. This is cicada netting. Stop so many cicadas from getting on the porch. Anyway, I have decided to work on Lil Red, and I'll work on Panther tomorrow. But I got limited time for Lil Red because Elizabeth takes that to work. So let me go ahead and move Panther, bring Lil Red up, and deal with this door situation and possibly get that pinstriping off of it. Something's going on with Lil Red. The door is locked. When I hit the unlock button, those doors unlock, but that one unlocks too. But I can't open it from the inside. Maybe it's just a problem with the handle. I'm gonna check that, see if the handle on the cable's broken. But you can open it from the outside. So let me go ahead and see if it's just a handle, and this may be a quick one. Ice cream truck decided to stop right in front of the house. The problem with dealing with these S&V 70 doors is they're improved over the 850 doors, and every time you pull a door panel, all the clips break off, then you gotta re-glue them. So I probably had to deal with that, and I gotta pull this door panel to check this handle. So let me go ahead and pull this off, pull that screw out, pop the door clips off, pop this trim off, pull the door panel off, and see if that handle's broken. This vehicle also has child locks on the rear door that can disable that handle, but that child lock is in the proper position so that you can function the door. So let me go ahead and get the door panel off. And as usual, door clips still in the door, pins still in the door, clips fall off on the ground. We got 2.5 secure, the rest of them are loose, the door panel coming apart. It's just a mess. 850s don't have that mess, man. They haven't been improved. This thing's not secure properly. So let's see if the cable's loose. Ah, there we go. We got our problem. The cable's loose. So let me see if this latch thing is busted. I'll pull out those T25s. I can see here that this thing here is broken. That normally holds it in the latch assembly. So I'll take the cable off of that other one and keep the latch, since the latch seems to work. This cable's supposed to be held in like this, and that latch is supposed to hold it down. I'm sure you could do some kind of creative way to get it down, but I'm just going to replace this piece of the cable so I ain't got to worry about it coming back out of the handle like that. So let me get the one off the other one. Not sure why this is like this, but let me pull this off and pull this out, go find my glue or some epoxy, get this stuff glued back together. Be careful when you put these on, you don't over tighten these screws in this handle. They'll strip, and then your handle assembly won't be secured in there. So don't over tighten those. Do it with your hand until they're pretty snug. I'm gonna have to take this latch out to get this cable off of it. So let me go ahead and get the tools to do that, roll this window back up. We also have a problem that this window will roll down with this switch, but it won't roll up. Normally when that happens, the problem is the master controller. So that is what it is. Let me go ahead and get this latch out with the T30s and get the stuff off of the other door. I want to keep this door latch because this door latch has the modification in there for the locks to go up and down. So this door over here was badly creased. I'm gonna go ahead and get my jump box, roll that window up, undo that latch so I can get that cable out, and put this thing over to the other door and get this panel put back together. And I'm gonna take the couple of seals in this window out of this door if I can, and send the rest of this stuff to the scrapyard. So there it is, it's hooked, locking that cable in place. And go ahead and put this latch back in there and we should be good to go. As you guys may know, I have these little connectors in my jump box port so that I can run windows up and down, different stuff like that. So next I'm going to go ahead and remove this glass out of here, since it doesn't seem to have gotten broken in the carnage, and go ahead and dispose of the rest of this door. Elizabeth said she was experiencing some hesitation while she was driving. A couple times. Relay is at 99. May 17th, 99. So I'm going to put a jump wire in there and see if that goes away. Let me find my jump wire, specially made for that. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.